When you have kids, right?
When you have kids.
I don't think that one writes. But anyway, this one should. All right. One dot. Yeah, writes very well.
Wonderful. Okay. So what I want you to do, I want you to write down on the paper.
Mhm.
We're not going to have time to go through the whole SMART exercise because it's quite extensive. So let's just highlight and identify specific goals that you want to accomplish. Okay. And let's not, for today's purpose, let's just look over the course of the next 6 months to a year. Let's say a year, okay? Because that way it's not going to be too overwhelming at this point.
Mhm.
But the goal for this purpose, I think, would be really beneficial for you to look at 10 years. Okay, so there's a thought, there's an idea that you need to make a goal for 10 years from now. Where would you like to be in 10 years? Okay, but your goal needs to be huge. Okay, your goal needs to be far bigger than what you think you could accomplish in 10 years.
Mhm.
Right, in 10 years you have your own private helicopter and your own private jet. In 10 years you own, you know, or your costume company has, you know, franchises around the world, and you've got, you know, I don't know, 10,000 employees. Okay, that's a big goal. It's much bigger than where you are right now, right?
Correct.
All right. Do you think that that's something that you could have in 10 years?
Ideally, but I also look at this stuff as more of a stepping stone.
To what?
Well, I know the aquaponics I want to do super grandiose scale. That's kind of what whenever you say 10 years from now, that's usually like the first thing I envision is like land and aquaponics.
Okay, so let's move in that direction then.
Mm-hmm.
These are the things that you really need to identify for yourself, because when we spoke the first time, you were saying this is where needing to understand where you're going is so important, because you have this costume company that you're saying it's profitable, you like it, you don't want to let it go, but you're saying in 10 years, this is just a stepping stone towards aquaponics. So then that tells me that you need to identify how to prosper from aquaponics and maybe get rid of the costume company, because if you're able to focus more on the aquaponics and growing money, you look super creepy right now. I just want to let you know.
Let me move forward.
I feel like I'm talking to like some creepy.
Into the light.
You need to have a light source coming to
from the front. I need one from the front in here. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Thank you. I mean, you look a little less creepy. So you really need to identify what it is you really want to pursue.
But also, I'm going to be doing a YouTube show.
Hi. don't record.
Can you guys recline your seats a little bit of the way?
So how you feeling about your shot coming up?
A little nervous, but I'm ready. I think the world is ready.
A little pressure coming on?
Just
a little bit.
I think we got this, I think we got this.
He's over here making diamonds.
It was Rico's Pickles, right?
It was something. Are you guys ready for your shot? Are y'all ready for your shot?
Ready.
No pressure?
No pressure. I was born for this.
Do this all the time, right? Every day?
I'm a natural.
That's what we're doing.
I'm breaking into the biz, okay?
That's right. You gotta stomp your way in there.
Yeah.
Is It's closed. It's closed set. We can't eat it. It's actually popcorn. So sometimes in life, when something's taken away from you, it gets replaced with something better. So don't stress. Knife! Goat scream. Goat scream?
Goat's cream?
Goat scream.
Oh.
Yeah, the goat scream that scared us all. I swear though, he started doing it right after I said.
I was like, why do you have goat's cream?
You like milk?
I'm lactose intolerant.
So no goat scream. No goat scream. All right. So what was the best part about that?
The goat scream.
The goat scream.
The goat scream. Hands down.
So what we're describing is, I couldn't record during that, but we were acting suspenseful, and then we'd get this sudden scream, and it sounded like one of those goat screams, and it did a good job scaring the goat cream out of us.
Yes, true that. Rico's nachos.
All right, guys, just did all my extra shots. It was a lot of fun. Got myself a check, $50. Not too bad. Got invited to a few more things. I'm out here looking for my car now. There it is. When I got to this parking lot, there was nobody here. It's 7 in the morning. That part was pretty grueling, but you know, the day was good. So let's just find out what else we can do. Back to doing the numbers thing and the contracts and the paperwork and the company policies and yep. That's what I'm doing. All right, leaving the workplace, and my chair has become a wardrobe. I have a few days worth of clothes here. First day turned into Thor, Power Ranger from another guy I had doing a gig, a Spider-Man, and then some other clothes from another thing I just did. These are just normal people clothes. I just took them off so I could change into more than likely Thor, and then there's Thor again. And the red Power Ranger head. But anyway, I'm about to go leave work right now and be Spider-Man gig. Oh, got out of my comfort zone. Got into these really tight spandex thingies with the morph suit underneath. It was pretty crazy. Glad I did it. I got tipped $40, which was cool on top of, you know, everything else. I kept dreading this all day, having to do this gig, just because I've never done the Spider-Man gigs, but it was a lot of fun. I had a blast, and I made some cash. Anyway, I gotta roll home or get a swinging, so we'll see you guys later.
You mentioned when I said 10 years from now, I talked about you having a private jet and a private plane and, you know, this massive empire of costume franchises around the world. Okay. That's not what that's immediately you nix that. Immediately you're like, no, I just want land and aquaponics. Now that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's really like a dream of yours is just to live off the land and have aquaponics, and that's like the perfect life that you want to live, that's fine. But what is the aquaponics doing for you? In your perfect world, how is all this money being generated because you have no financial concerns, right? You're in 10 years from now, you've got no financial concerns. You have all the money you need to live the life that you want to live. So where is that money coming from?
I would say aquaponics.
Okay. And how is the aquaponics generating that money? Write that down. In 10 years from now, my financial wealth is coming from aquaponics. Actually, hold on. Before you write that down,
Mhm.
let us, I'm glad this is evolving the way it is. This is kind of cool. We are today, we are May 1st,
Mhm.
2029.
2019.
2029.
Oh, okay. You're saying 10 years from now.
You are writing today in the present tense.
Mhm.
So tell me today how you're making your money with aquaponics. Write it down. How is the money being generated right now for your aquaponics company? So today I am bringing in how much money? Tell me how much money you're bringing in per day, per month, per year. Write it down. Today I'm bringing in $5,000 from the farmer's market or whatever, however it is that you're bringing in money. Today I know that my net worth equals X amount of money.
Mhm. And what it allows me to do.
Sure. Right. What are you doing today? What are you going to do today to work on your business, to spend time with your family, with your health? What does your day look like today? We're just getting started. It's almost it's 8:30, May 1st, 2029. What's your day look like?
Well, we have to catch a flight back to the States because we're in Egypt right now.
Okay, good.
Touring. Yeah.
Good. Cool. I like that. Now you're starting to get it. Now you're starting to get it. So if you're in Egypt, where's your house? How much land do you have?
Which house?
Exactly. Where are your houses? If you have multiple, write that down.
You got to keep a house in Texas. I'm just saying. So a few things at this point in 5129. I'm doing traveling, but I also have a meeting with some large charities. I'm not sure which charities would be best. It's obviously something that needs to be researched. Trying to help feed the poor, and also trying to create programs for people to grow their own food in their backyards, particularly people in areas where there's less, I guess, more poverty. And also I'm trying to create an after-school program for high school students to help figure out what they want to do in life and figure out a way to pay for coaches to teach these kids early on so that they don't end up in the I don't know what to do part later in their life. So that's what the show's about.
What's the show about?
The show is, see, people don't always believe in these things because it's always an after story.
Uh-huh.
But what if I had this and I'm making it right now and then people see it coming to fruition?
Perfect. See, that's clarity.